Yes. Sir, how you would like to present, sir? Would you like to go on the Okay. You have a straight check. Would you like to use this for color mic or that would be much better, I think. Even you can use this if you want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, good. Thank you very much.
Dear students, I request all of you to please assemble back in the venue. I request all the students who are standing outside this venue, please come and occupy your seats inside. Yeah, now we have the first keynote session of the day from Dr. Daiki Kang on the topic Artificial Non-Hallucinated Intelligence, Retrieval Augmented Generation for Large Language Models by Daiki Kang. For about half an hour or so, the presentations will be going on. I request all the participants to please stay patiently and have an interaction later on after this keynote session. Okay. I request Dr. Daiki Kang to please take over the session.
Yeah, both. I'll use both. You need to? Okay. Okay, let me open this. Okay. Again, namaskara to my crew. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And thank you for the opportunity to speak about a topic that is transforming the landscape of technology and communication. That is large language model or LLMs. In recent years, we have witnessed a remarkable evolution in artificial intelligence, particularly in the domain of natural language processing. LLMs, such as GPT-4, have emerged as a powerful tool capable of understanding and generating human-like text. These models are trained on vast amount of data, allowing them to learn the intricacy of language, context, and even cultural nuance. So, what exactly are LLMs? At their core, they are transformer and the neural networks designed to process and generate the text. By analyzing patterns in language, LLM can produce coherent and contextually relevant responses to a wide range of prompts. This capability has opened up a multitude of applications, from chatbots and virtual assistant to content creation and language translation. The potential benefits of LLM immerse. In education, they can provide personalized tuning, personalized tutoring, helping students to grasp complex concepts at their own speed. In business, they streamline customer service operation, enabling companies to respond to inquiries more efficiently. Furthermore, in creative fields, LLMs assist writers and artists by generating ideas and the content that can inspire new work. However, with great power comes great responsibility. The use of LLM also raises significant ethical concerns. Issues such as bias in training data, misinformation, and the potential of misuse must be carefully considered. As we integrate these models into our daily lives, it is crucial for us to establish guidelines and frameworks that ensure their responsible use. Moreover, transparency is the key. Users should understand how these models work and the limitation of those models possesses. While LLMs can generate impressive output, they do not process true understanding or consciousness. They are tools that reflect the data they are trained on, which means the quality of that data directly impacts their performance. As we look to the future, the evolution of LLMs promises even greater advancement. Ongoing research aims to refine these models, making them more efficient, less biased, and capable of understanding context in a deeper way. Collaboration between researchers, ethicists, and the industry leaders will be essential in shaping this trajectory of LLM development. In conclusion, LLM represent a fascinating intersection of technology and human communication. While they offer incredible potential to enhance our lives, we must approach this development and the deployment with caution and responsibility. By doing so, we can harness the power of LLMs to create a future where technology enriches our understanding and connection with one another. So this is Alama. So the global large language model, there's a market, so the LLM market was valued at approximately USD 4.35 billion in 2023. And is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 35.9% from 2024 to 2030. A key driver of this growth is the integration of zero human intervention featured in training system and increase efficiency by allowing model to learn automatically, thus reducing time and resource needs. In the US, the LLM market is expanding, highlighted by Databricks' acquisition of Mosaic ML for USD 1.3 billion, aimed at enhancing generative AI capabilities. Techniques like transfer learning and self-supervised learning are improving LLM adaptability, while advancement in hardware, particularly GPU and TPUs, are accelerating training and inference process. The availability of vast internet data is another significant factor propelling the LLM market, enabling models to learn from diverse sources and improve the performance across various language tasks. This abundance in data enhances their contextual understanding and broaden real-world applications by driving adoption in numerous industries. Overall, the LLM market is poised as a significant growth, driven by technological advancement, vast data availability, and diverse application across industry. Let me discuss one of the important and intriguing topic in the field of this AI and LLM. Hallucination in large language model, or LLM. To begin with, let's define what we mean by hallucination in this context. In the realm of LLM, hallucination refers to instances where model generates information that is factually incorrect, misleading, and entirely fabricated despite sounding plausible or coherent. This phenomenon can occur for a variety of reasons, and understanding it is crucial for both developer and user of these techniques. LLMs are trained on vast data set compiled from the internet, books, articles, and other text sources. While this extensive training allows them to generate human-like text and respond to queries with impressive fluency, it also exposes them to a wide range of inaccuracies present in the data. As a result, when prompted, this model may inadvertently produce statements that appear credible but in fact false. One common cause of this hallucination is model's reliance on patterns rather than true comprehension. LLMs do not possess understanding or awareness itself. They generate a response based on the statistics, based on the statistical reasoning, statistical association learned during training. This means that while they can mimic language effectively, they lack the ability to discern truth from falsehood. Remember that one of the profound intellectual, Noam Chomsky, said LLM is just a big statistical machine, right? Consequently, they may fabricate details or provide incorrect answers when the data lacks sufficient context or when the prompt is ambiguous. Moreover, this hallucination can be exacerbated by the way users interact with these models. Some users, they always try to find a way to jailbreak LLMs. Vague and poorly defined questions may lead the model to fill in the gaps with information that seems reasonable but not accurate. For instance, if asked about specific historical event without sufficient context, the model might generate a narrative that sounds plausible but contains significant errors. The implications of hallucination are significant, especially in applications that require accuracy, such as medical advice, legal information, and academic research. Misinformation generated by LLMs can lead to misunderstanding, poor decision making, and even harm in critical situations. Therefore, it is essential for users to approach this output of these models, LLM models, with a critical mindset, verifying fact and seeking reliable sources when necessary. So to tackle this issue of hallucination, researchers are actively exploring the several strategies. One approach involves improving the training data set to minimize bias and inaccuracy. Additionally, you can fine-tune the models with specific high-quality data that can enhance their reliability in certain domains. Ongoing advancement in model architecture and the training technique can also aim to reduce the frequency of this hallucination happening. On the other hand, developers are increasingly implementing mechanisms that allow users to understand the limitation of LLM, clear communication with the mass about the potential of for the hallucination, can help set appropriate expectation from the public, general public, and encourage responsible use of these technologies. So in conclusion, while hallucination in large language model present challenges, it also highlights the importance of ongoing research and development in AI. By acknowledging these limitations and striving to improve the reliability of LLMs, we can harness their potential while mitigating the risk. As users, we must remain vigilant and informed, ensuring that we critically evaluate the information generated by this powerful tool. Okay? So here, one of the key approaches to cope with or to overcome this hallucination in LLM is RAG, retrieval augmented generation, right? So in our lab, we try to contribute the research society with one of the methodology that deals with this RAG techniques for LLM. We propose SkyRAG coupled with my students. Okay, the SkyRAG is a RAG system that basically help the user educated in learning path generation by a keyword-based document retrieval. The diversity of the learning domains and the accessibility from open online courses might empower humans in various ways. Despite these benefits, learners may struggle with the courses that are too advanced or too basic or not aligned with their objective, leading to frustration and inefficiencies in their learning journey. Usually, you guys are people from 21st century, and I am a people from 20th century. Your professors, your teachers are from 20th century, and you actually learned in 19th century environment, 19th century method. So you are in 19th century setup, and you are from 21st century, and we are from 20th century. You are teaching you guys. So everyone agree with this. There should be some revolution, right? And one of those things is learning path generation that aligned to each person who learn. So our idea is basically this RAG with LLM can help them, help this problem. The highlight and need for system capable of dynamically generating personalized learning paths tailored to each learner's profile is very important. LLM exhibit remarkable capability in natural language processing, allowing them to understand and generate human-like text. In educational context, LLM can analyze a vast amount of course data and create customized learning instructions and paths. But as we already talked about, LLM cannot always guarantee the production of factual and relevant content. We already have seen that those creating accurate information is very important in medical application, legal application, and those academic research. So LLM can always guarantee the production of factual and relevant content, which pose risk to learners' progress and understanding in education field. This limitation present a considerable barrier for the effective use of LLMs in generating personalized learning paths. We provide SkyRAG in our lab in Dongsu University, which mitigates hallucination issues in LLMs by grounding their output in data retrieved from multiple massive online open online courses, MOOC, MOOC. We evaluate the user acceptance of Skyrack using the technology acceptance model, which is basically using structural equation modeling. We analyze the user attitude and the behavior through the structured assessment. We start by enhancing the user input by making the query more specific and ensuring it covers broader topic that the user may be interested in but didn't explicitly mention, didn't openly mention. With the improved query, the algorithm enters the retrieval page by accessing each MOOC data on the web to search for relevant keyword aligned with the query. In the final page, our Skyrack synthesized the retrieved courses into structured learning path. The language model combines the course list with a refined query, taking into account of user profiles such as each user's prior knowledge and the learning goals, and organize the courses into a logical sequence. These are the methodology, pseudocode of them. This is one of the measures that we have used for like evaluation, which is cosine similarity. So that's pretty like standard, right? We have total 23 questions to cover 8 hypotheses. We use partial least square structured equal modeling, PLS-SEM, analysis to analyze the correlation between the hypotheses. To validate TAM structure, technology acceptance model structure of our model, we assess the model fitness and reliability using, we assess the fitness, model fitness, and the model reliability using several standard fit indices. To ensure objectivity, we anonymize the model, our model and the control model, naive model, right? Vanilla model and our model. We analyze the those two models for comparison as model A, model B to prevent bias, allowing the human participant to assess the output without knowing which model is being tested. These are the structural equations. These are the experimental results. To ensure, we said that, right? This approach enables unbiased evaluation. We anonymize our model and the control model, original model, and because of this anonymization, participants selecting the preferred model based solely on the output quality. Users responded positively to tailored learning paths, finding them relevant and diverse and effective in addressing their specific learning needs, which reinforces our Skyrack's potential as the adaptive educational tool. So these are the basically end of my keynote address. Thank you.
Yeah, any question and answer from the audience? With respect to the language learning models? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Rohit. I'm from ECE department. So my question is based on like you showed the naive Skyrag and then Navrag model, right? Between those, like, how does it differs, like, training the model, like in the traditional way? How does it differs to improve the efficiency as if you compare the Navrag and the Skyrag? How does it actually differs in training the data?
So if you have a LLM, so it involves many interesting questions inside because before the advent of deep learning, people prefer simple models, which based on the
Yes, sir.
outcome rate maybe you heard about simple model because but so that's why when the deep learning models come out like ResNet, Bing model, or some GPT 3.5, those classical statistics experts, classical machine learning guys or statisticians are just surprised because it has many classifier, many separator, linear separators inside. Each unit in the neural network can be considered as a separator, right? It is very complicated. So still, what is interesting is that still though the LLM is considered as not overfitted, okay? But it shows the zero error, but you can still go. You can still fine tuning. So you mentioned about fine tuning, right? But
Yeah, I did.
one common mistake about RAG is that RAG is not about fine tuning. So when you use RAG on LLM, you actually improve the prompt. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
do fine tuning. You just improve the prompt with external data.
Yes.
So a little bit different. So usually the other approach that you said, like fine tuning, is SFT. It's supervised fine tuning of the LLM. That in that way you can like maybe you can do the distillation to make like a simpler model, or you can just do the fine tuning to make this general purpose AGI, the LLM, into the expert on specific domain. So RAG is a little bit different in that respect.
Yes, sir, I got you. Thank you.
So good morning, sir. This is Prajwal from ET department, final year. So the thing is, you are speaking about. Oh, I'm audible clearly.
I try to because you know
Okay,
I'm
okay,
not
okay.
very good at understanding Indian
Okay,
accent. I'm
okay,
sorry
I
about
will.
that. I just try to.
Okay, okay, I
Yeah.
will speak slowly.
Go on, no problem.
Okay, no
It's
problem.
my
So,
problem. So
no problem. No problems. Thing is, you talked about the Skyrag, right? So the LLMs in Skyrag depends on the quality data set. What you're training. Suppose you can take an example of learning models that you can do, which is personalized to give suggestion based on learning, revolution in the learning, what you said exactly. So it depends on the high quality data set. So right now in AI, there is not, suppose say an example that any learning platform, you cannot see the high quality data set to create and to give an personal suggestion to that level. So for that reason, LLM doesn't quite fit a bit in Skyrag. And one more thing is, there is a black box problem. Right now, integrating this LLM in Skyrag, you are making it more complex to AI. That is a black box problem. You are making it more complex to AI to make a decision quickly. So it will be affecting the overall framework of the AI. So what is this?
okay, so I'm not very good at processing like multiple things. So let me just
Okay,
answer your first question first. So your first question is so basically LLM is trained on the data set, but the data
High quality data set.
yeah, the data set should be high quality, right? I totally agree with you. So if you take a look at some survey papers of LLM, you can see that at least for the open LLMs, you know, like GPT-4, how they trained is not still like clearly divulged, clearly discovered. Some open LLM like Alpaca or something like that, those Llama and those things,
Lalama.
yeah, those things you can see like the percentage of data set they have used, like from was it from book, was it from internet, like document and so on. So I totally agree with you that data should be in high quality. And still, you mentioned about black box problem. That is actually problem that contains a lot of things in those. When you say black box, it has many, many problems inside, right? So still people are not sure. Even people who work in Silicon Valley are not sure why suddenly emergence happen. Okay? When you think about the BERT, like BERT of Google or GPT-2, okay? It was stupid, right? But if you make it bigger, they just make it bigger and they just try to control the learning so that the learning becomes stable, right? Because if they don't do, the learning can meet some collapse, right? Model collapse or what kind of, so they just try to guide the learning process. They just make it bigger using transformer, and suddenly emergence happen. So they don't know. You can see such a paper. If you search for emergence of LLM, you can see that. So also that's interesting question. Why the data, all the data is not high quality data? Why suddenly that happen? That's a good question. And I'm not so sure if I can answer the question yet, because I don't think even Altman can answer it clearly. And but one you can see is that, as I told you already in previous question, you may see those famous graph of training error and validation error, right? So training and validation error goes like this, and at a certain point, training error keeps on down, but validation error goes up, right? That is a very famous picture. But if you see recent books by deep learning by Chris Bishop, okay? If you see that, you see the double descent. Double descent is that training error goes down. Validation error for the large model, it should be large model,
Yes.
goes down, goes up, and goes down. Okay?
So you are telling that training error should be more while validating these.
There should be more
Yes,
research
yes,
on that.
yes, yes.
People just try to
Yes.
see the output. They just
Yeah.
so I agree with you that it is not high quality data, but human also same, right? They are not exposed to high quality data, but sometimes they make something great. So
Yeah, totally agree. And one more thing regarding this one, you told that you will be assessing the behavior of the, you will be taking an assessment of the behavior. Based on that behavior, you will be suggesting through LLMs.
exactly.
So what kind of neural frameworks, neural network frameworks that you use? Do you use the typical behavior neural network frameworks to get the assessment done, or are you planning to build any other open source by your own institute, like kind of something?
In this paper, we have like two. Actually, we have one methodology, right? We come up with hypothesis. We use a structural equation modeling, which is another form of linear regression.
Yes.
And we ask the people to rate them blindly. They don't know which one is which. And from the decision, we made like some evaluation. But evaluation itself is not always perfect. Okay, so there are many problems in that too, like a p-value problem. Okay. Why? Who made the p-value? Why it is 0.5, right? P-value problem, and there are many statistical testing is also sometimes like criticized, right?
Got it.
So it's not easy. But as an engineer, we basically decide the performance based on the behavior, right? We just so if I don't say anything, how do you know that I have some intelligence inside?
That's
So we just evaluate those things based on the like what's showing outside, right? Appearance and what behavior result. So
okay.
that's basically what I can say about.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful questions out from the audience. And thank you very much, sir, for giving us so much valuable insights with respect to LLM and artificial intelligence. I hope this session was very informative and you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much, sir, for that.
Thank you very much.
May I now request Dr. Shobhan Babu, sir, Professor IIT Hyderabad, to deliver the keynote session 2. Yeah, he'll be delivering on age of generative AI, the current trend technology. So be keen in listening to his keynote session. Over to Shobhan Babu, sir, please.
Okay, good morning to all. So I would like to make this presentation less technical, and I would like to give a broad overview of generative AI, what is generative AI, and what are the different algorithms in this generative AI. And right now, we are using this extensively in finance domain. I will explain where we are using in the finance domain, this, what algorithms we are using, and what problems we are solving in the finance domain. So if you look at generative AI, it can generate anything for you. It can generate text, it can generate image, it can generate voice, whatever it is. But the requirement is you need a massive training data set. Once you have massive training data set, it can generate image or text or whatever it is. One application what right now as a programmer is that we know about it, Copilot, which can write a code for you. So it can generate, like, you ask what sort of program you want to write and you have to generate the code for you. One advantage is coding becoming easy, but what observed is the entry level, the programmers losing the programming abilities. That's the cost we need to take in care. Next, let us look at the next revolution application with generative AI is the Dale 2 algorithm. It can create a realistic images. So you let it know what sort of image you want. It like you express in the sentences, it can generate images for you. The application is in this, in fact, the retail platforms are using extensively to generate the images. Let's look at this slide. Let us spend some time on this slide right now. This is like the growth of the generative AI market. So what I want to say is right now we are at 2024. So still there is a huge chance for this market. So if you are looking for building some applications in generative AI, still you have time to enter the market. The market is not captured. There is plenty of open problems exist in generative AI so that if you want to get into the market of generative AI, and if you have nice ideas in generative AI, still there is a scope, still it is entry field. So what I want to say to you is, so still we are at 2024, still a long way to go until this market saturate. So a lot of potential with market, what I want to say to you is. So let us look at where this can change the banking sector, in fact. So the chat GPT model you know about, in fact, the chatbots can automate a lot of functionalities in banking sector. It can automate the account inquiries, money transfers, simple applications these are. The loan application is a simple thing, credit score monitoring, with financial advice, in fact. This entire thing right now doing by the human experts, this entire thing can be automated in this financial domain. Essentially that financial advice. You can use the generative AI to automate the entire financial advice. So there's a lot of scope in this, the financial advice using generative AI. This is the application right now where we're using the generative AI as a fraud prevention. In fact, the generative AI is an extensive application in the financial domain for the fraud prevention. In fact, there are a lot of under customer service, account management, insurance claims, financial planning like this. What I want to say is that my experience, the financial domain is a very fertile ground for the generative AI. So you can build a lot of applications in the financial domain. Then you might ask, why it is called generative AI? So why it called generative AI? Because it generates the new content. It can be text, it can be image, whatever it is. But the difference between the traditional machine learning, like classification models, they classify the things, where the generative AI can generate the new things. So it can generate images, audio, and text like this. Okay. So till now I said that generative AI has a lot of applications. Then you might ask, what are the algorithms behind the generative AI? commonly used algorithms behind generative AI. So these are the most popular generative AI models. One is the diffusion models, other is the variational autoencoders, and the GANs and the transform models. These are the 4 different algorithms quite extensively used in this generative AI framework. So let us look at it, what the diffusion model is. I told that there is a DL2 algorithm. This can nicely generate the images for you. For example, someone given a sentence like this: can you draw a painting of a monkey in a spacesuit? It auto-generates the image for you. So you let it know what image you want, it auto-generate the image for you. So again, like someone just said that, can you draw an oil painting of a monkey in a spacesuit? Okay, this is fine, it is. But look at it. It's a model painting. How much you pay for it? If I look at it, if I don't say that it is generated by generative AI, you are right to pay any amount for it. But it is free now. In fact, someone given a sentence, a man raises his voice on the clouds in a flood. That's it. It auto-generated this modern painting. So that is the power of this generative AI. So this is, in fact, DL2 is by the diffusion models. The diffusion models, essentially, the idea came from the physics, essentially based on the diffusion process. So this is, but what I want to say is, let us not dig down to this algorithm, but what I want to say to you is, the diffusion models are very good for the generation of the image generation. The DL2 is the algorithm, diffusion models. The second one, actually, I would like to dig down into it, the variational autoencoders. So these are very simple algorithms, but extensive applications in the financial domain, the variational autoencoders. So we can use this variational autoencoders for anomaly detection, fraud detection, the portfolio optimization, risk modeling, and option trading. Like this, you can find diverse applications of the variational autoencoders in the financial domain. And the reason behind this is a nice math behind this algorithm, as well as we don't need very complicated servers to implement it. A good machine can implement this variational auto encoders. We don't need very complicated GPUs, other things. In fact, yes, a decent enough server can implement the variational auto encoders, and it is the diverse applications in the financial domain. In fact, we are using this for anomaly detection, fraud prevention, but some people using for this one also. But what I want to say is that the variational autoencoders has a diverse applications in the financial domain. How it works is very simple. Before going to variational autoencoders, let us look at autoencoders. What autoencoder will do is compress a input data from a higher dimension space to a lower dimensional and expand to the higher dimensional space. So in the process, it throws away unnecessary information and retain only the crux. That's the basic idea of any autoencoder. So higher dimension to lower dimensional expanded, so that in the process, it retains the crux and throw away unnecessary information. The extension of this autoencoder is the variational autoencoder. In the autoencoder, we are generating a vector, but in this case, we generate a distribution variational autoencoder. That's the only differences. And there's a nice math behind it. But what I want to convey to you is that it has a lot of applications in the financial domain. And we are using very extensively in the financial domain, variational autoencoder. Let's not dig down into it. So let us come to the third algorithm, the GAN. Let's look at these images. So are they real people? How many say they are real people? How many say they are real? In fact, everything is auto-generated. In fact, all the images what are there on the screen, everything is auto-generated. That's the power of the GANs. So you can generate a nice images using the GANs. The GANs is quite interesting idea. It has the origination from 2 different domains, one from the machine learning, other from the game theory. So they put it together, and essentially one is this one neural network, this one neural network. They compete with each other. In the process of competition, both becomes better. That's the reason it's called generative adversarial networks. And they're quite good at generating images. So these images generated by the GAN, so it is quite Now let's look at this variation of this GAN is called style GAN. So now, if you look at this painting, Van Gogh's painting, the Van Gogh's painting in the market can cost millions of dollars. It was. Now what, using this algorithm, you can draw a painting and ask the algorithm to convert like a Van Gogh's. That's it. Now, in fact, the Van Gogh's paintings might not have any value after some years, few years. So, in fact, the style GAN has the power to convert from one domain to the other domain. So, this also. And this one, in fact, we implemented in the movie. I think you might know about this movie. It's, in fact, the James movie, in fact, we use this technology, style GAN technology. In fact, we used it to convert the voice from Simakumar's voice to Punit Rajkumar voice. In fact, we use the same algorithm to convert it, so that the GANs have such a power of translating from one domain to the other domain. So this is like, you can draw whatever you want and convert like a Van Gogh's. That's it, millions of dollars. That's it. This is, and this is actually we did for production. In fact, we released the movie also. And so convert, we use exactly the same algorithm, style GAN. So this, let us not dig down to the math behind it, but it's a very interesting idea, style GAN is. The fourth is the transformer model. So you know everything. Everyone knows about the transformers. In fact, the transformers are good for understanding the text. It can understand given sentences. It can understand the correlation among the words and auto-generate the sentences. So that is what ChatGPT can generate the text. But and this is a very complicated architecture of the transformer. But you might ask where we are using it. In fact, we are using in the financial domain, extensively this one. Where we are using is, we are using the banking sector. The banking sector don't want to share the data to third party. But where we are using is, we are using this one to generate synthetic data. So we are working for a bank where the bank want to generate synthetic data of the customer transactions and share it. So where you are using these transformers to generate the synthetic data. So this is where we are using it. So you are like this. What I want to say is that there is extensive applications of the generative AI in the financial domain to my expertise. So, and other is the media. So, yeah, that's it. What I want to say to you is, so, yeah, that's it. Good.
Thank you very. Hello. Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights related to generative AI and what are all the applications and what are all the technologies in generative AI that will be used. For giving all those insights to us. Any queries in this regard? Yeah.
Very good afternoon, sir. I'm Amir Salam from 7th ISC department. Sir, my question to you is, as I learned about how AI is being used in financial sector. You know, right, financial market, it is dangerous when it is unstable as well as when it is super stable. And I've heard that implementation of artificial intelligence in the financial sector will bring a lot of stability in the market, complete stability. To a point, there'll be no ups and no downs. That might hinder the stock markets and the crypto market, right, sir? To a point where making profits and even loss might go nil. How are we ready to tackle this problem? Because if everywhere AI is implemented, it might bring stability also.
So I don't know about the stock markets, but we're using extensive data science in this different domains. One, we are using this banking sector. We are working for one payment corporation. We're using AI to essentially for fraud prevention.
Yes, sir.
So I feel like if I remove the fraud, I don't know what I'm going to lose.
Sir, no, sir. As far as I read an article where it mentioned that usage of artificial intelligence and advanced algorithms will bring stability in the market.
Yes.
Because humans trade with emotion. I might make profit, I might get into loss. But artificial intelligence, they trade with data. So that I had heard that might bring stability. And RBI, there was a report that they were actually scared of stability in the market. So that is why I asked, how are we ready to, develop an artificial intelligence which will bring stability at a point where it will be profitable for humanity?
So to my knowledge, so I don't know that much knowledge in this that trading and other things. So my focus mostly in the
Uh,
banking transactions,
yes, sir.
essentially banking and the taxation.
Okay, sir.
So how we can use this generally in this like how to make this fraud prevention in the banking as well as the taxation. So
Okay,
if you have any question, I can answer that.
Yes, sir. That was my question, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but I don't do that much.
it's
idea
okay.
about that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, probably generative AI with respect to analysis of the stock market is going on right now. I don't think it'll be providing the stability in the stock market, but still it is not, at least 80% accurate in implementing in the analysis of stock market with respect to AI. I think so. Yeah. Any other queries? Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for your insights. And we have the last keynote session by Dr. G. Shivakumar, sir, Senior Scientist, NAL. I request you to please take over the session, sir.
Namaskara. Good afternoon. Morning when I started Namaskara in Kannada, good morning in English. Now there is a change in English, but still our Kannada persists like that, right? That's the power of Indian language. So Namaskara. So morning, just I touched upon our Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance. So just a glimpse of CSR NAL, it is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, National Aerospace Laboratories. So what we did to make our country self-reliant in the field of aviation meteorology. Okay. So we all know about weather. Weather, now the weather at our Indian, subcontinent is different parts, like have a different type, like Tamil Nadu, we receive heavy rain, Bangalore is little chilly. Then if you go to some other parts, it will be very hot, humid. If you go to our J&K, it will be severe, fog conditions. So we predominantly work in the field of aviation meteorology. Meteorology is nothing but the science deals with weather monitoring and observation. So we at CSR NL develop many technologies which is related to aerospace. Like our main aim is to develop airborne systems like aircrafts. We have developed Hansa, then we have developed Saras. Now we are working on regional transport aircraft, RTA. See, these are the technologies we develop. In parallel, we develop some other technologies which are related to aerospace domain. So these are the technologies what CSR has developed from the date of its inception of 1959. So we have expertise in many verticals under the aerospace umbrella. So just I touched upon the weather. So we need these weathers to be monitored regularly, because it is blended with our day-to-day life weather. So we should be more cautious before we endeavor something. So weather is very important for our life. When it comes to airports, which is, become like a bus stand. When you go to Delhi airport, there will be lot of flights in the queue. Just a 5 minutes will delay some 20 flights. Bangalore has 2 runways. Delhi has 4 runways. Even the 4 runways, all the time it will be, full. Even sometimes when we go to Majestic at around night 11 o'clock, it will be empty. Go to IG airport, New Delhi, night 11 o'clock, at the time only operation starts heavily. All our international bound flights will be, in the line. So, if weather, that is suppose heavy rain, fog or wind thing, it disrupts an airport, huge monetary loss. 2 days back, there was an incident happened at Kuwait airport that from our Delhi to, I think, US flight had a, hop over at Kuwait airport. There was a delay in that flight of transition. 60 Indians in the flight were standing in Kuwait airport for 14 hours. The sad thing is they did not get water for first 4 hours. Then food after 6 hours only they have been provided. Right. They told that we don't have, the valid passport because we are in a transition domain there. So we did not have, proper passport in the sense to access lunch, all these things. So these type of RDLs will happen when there is a flight disruption. This is somewhat acceptable. Suppose somebody has to attend some interview. The flight, gets delayed. Then he may lose his, career. On top of that, if there is an accident happens due to this weather, we lose our precious life. So, weather is somewhat better to us when it is soft in nature. My hometown Tiruvannamalai, 200 kilometers away from Bangalore. I think 2-3 days it is in the news. We have a, Arunachala hill where there is a landslide happened there. Some boulders, side, everything got, downwards. It entered to so many houses, killed 7 people. So what I like to emphasize here is monitoring is very, very important, especially in airports. What we have developed at NAL, the important parameter of a weather is visibility. Like in the news, I think in coming days we will get in, all channels. Delhi will be getting severe fog, zero visibility. They will say all over northern India, UP, Bihar, J&K, Jammu, all these places. If you go, no, severe fog will be there. Visibility will be sometimes zero. That is next to a person, just 10 meters, we can't see him. A pilot will be coming from far away location. He may not know what will be happening in the runway. So he needs the visibility data, how he can see the runway. This information is required to the pilots for a safe landing and takeoff. So an instrument which measures visibility is called transmissometer. Transmissometer is an instrument which measures visibility for runway. We were importing this system of 60 lakhs. One system costs 16 lakhs from a foreign country we have to buy. And one runway needs 3 such systems, touchdown, takeoff and mid. So 1.8 crores we have to spend for one runway. This 1.8 crore will go to foreign only, right? Because it is an imported system. Some middleman will get the commission, the rest of the money will go to you, foreign. And we have to wait when they will dispatch, right? After warranty period, if there is an issue with that system, we have to spend money in dollars. So NAL in 2011 developed one system called Drishti. It is our system, so we can coin any name. So Drishti is like in a Sanskrit word, we gives sight. So we developed system called Drishti, which measures the visibility. It was first installed in Delhi airport because that is a very important airport of our country. It was tested for 1 year. So all the validation process Indian Meteorological Department did, and they found the system is worthy to get installed in an airport. And we developed the system for 18 lakhs, 1/8, 1/3 cost of an imported system. The beauty is this 18 lakhs will be circulated by ourselves. It will not get any foreign exchange change. It will not go to US, UK or even South Korea if we take. It will be our money because the technology is ours. So this is the what Delhi airport, as I told, there are so many runways. We install around 13 systems across the IGA airport. All the systems active 24/7. It will not sleep. If it sleeps like our army people, will be infiltrated, right? Our Jawans who are guarding our borders will never sleep. We get good nap even while giving some lectures, right? Correct. So you can see in our nation how our systems are moving around. Bangalore has 2 runways and we have 6 systems in Bangalore airport. So across India, we have hit a century like our Sachin Tendulkar, but not out. Still the match is going on. You can see how much we have saved money for this nation. Saving money is secondary. We can proudly say this, technology is ours. The era in India is in the line to get systems has changed. Now foreign countries are interested in our system. Like morning I was mentioning about BrahMos. We received requests from different countries for our Drishti system. There is a popular saying, Japanese quality in a Chinese price. Right. Chinese systems will be very cost effective, cheap, but the quality of Japanese is great. So Drishti is one among like a product which has a Japanese quality in a Chinese price. 2011, 18 lakhs we coined the price. Even today, 2024, 18 lakhs. And we have come up with another system called Drishti Next Generation, half the price. If this comes to the international market, there are some 4 or 5 players in the world who are developing this system. They'll close their shop and you go out some other job. Right? If Indians starts working like this, we can rule the world. We are talking about Viksit Bharat 2050, even much before. We can, close so many shops of the foreign companies. We can open our branches outside also. Right? Because we are calling so many companies to open their production plant at India, right? If we have our own technology, we'll go there, right? Like, these are the things like it got so many awards we received, award from Prime Minister of India, many patents, many laurels. If you also do some technology like this, one day you will also be here. Even at an young age, people will be watching your lecture to get inspired. So please get motivated to yourself, do something for yourself that definitely will for the nation, and you will come to the limelight. So this project is one of the CSIRs, that is India's prominent technology, because nobody in our India touched up this technology, measuring this type of weather things, because the business is very limited. So India will never invest, right? If there is no business, who will come forward? So we have did, and we have made a business, and we made our country self-reliance. Truly Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Hello. Thank you very much, sir. In fact, we have to give a big round of applause to Dr. G. Shivakumar, sir, and for NAL for giving Drishti to so many pilots across the globe and to many airports. So, Drishti or sight is very much essential during the conditions in the airports. Thank you very much, sir, for that. And in his, presentation, we could able to see so much of proud in his presentation while he's speaking about his product and about the nation, because he has contributed a lot to the the country. Give a round of applause once again to him and NAL. Thank you very much, sir, for that. And any queries in this regard?
Actually, questions has to come from ourselves. Then only we will get some solutions, answers. Then you can grow higher and higher. Good. Anyhow, they are have to have lunch, right? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I request all the participants of this inaugural program to please attend a lunch arranged in our Scholar Building second floor. I request each one of you to please join for lunch. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you very much for joining this wonderful inaugural program of ICMNWC 2024. Thank you one and all. Sir, let us have the lunch in our department. And sure. The guest.